Welcome everybody, Brandon Vickery with you following tonight's game between Valpo and Missouri State. Glad to be joined by Valpo head coach Mary Evans. And Coach, you knew from the first meeting you had a lot of points to make up. What were some of the adjustments that you made from that one, and how would you assess the execution of those tonight?
I thought we spent most of the week working on transition defense and rebounding, and I thought it was better. It's still not perfect, but we did a much better job of getting back and getting matched up and making them play against all 5 of our defenders. And I thought we did a better job being in the paint and trying to rebound. Now we just kind of have to take it one step further and start boxing out a little bit stronger and pursuing those rebounds.
It was clear to everybody in the gym tonight that Addison Stoller was a big storyline, and she was a Missouri State team that's one of the most talented teams in the league. Really had no way of stopping her. How would you assess her play tonight?
I thought she was fantastic. I think, I talk to Addie all the time about how good she can be and what a difficult matchup she is for people in this league, and I thought tonight she really went out there and showed that. I think they tried a lot of different things. They tried to force her different directions, and whatever they tried, she just seemed to take advantage of what they gave her and really finished well around the rim.
Rebounding has been a bugaboo, but the height disparity is one thing that you're up against, it seems like, every night. What are some things you can do to rebound despite not having some of the height of the other teams?
I think we just have to be really solid with our fundamentals on boxing out and getting in and hitting people and pushing back. And we need to do it as a collective group, and we have to have all 5 people in there. We can't just rely on Ella and Addie and Grace to get in there and rebound. It's got to be our guards, and we've got to get scrappy. We've got to get a scrappier mentality about rebounding and go in there, especially our guards. They don't seem to get called for as many fouls, and I think they've got to get in there and just be a little bit more aggressive and get hands on balls. And if we foul, we foul, but they've got to get in there and just fight a little bit harder.
Coming into the weekend, you knew this one was going to be tough against one of the top teams in the league. You go into a game on Sunday that's maybe the game circled this weekend. What can you take from tonight that leaves you encouraged about Sunday?
I think the 2 teams play similarly. They like to push the ball in transition. I think they're both physical teams, both teams that like to go high-low at times. So it's a good weekend in the fact that you kind of get to have one pretty similar game prep. So, I think the positives of stopping them in transition tonight, we can take into Sunday and know that if we can do that again. And I think we can spend some time working on rebounding tomorrow and try to correct that moving forward. But overall, I think a lot of the things that we did tonight, we can show them on film, and they'll translate very much into Sunday's game.
There she is, the head coach, Mary Evans. Well, we talked about her with Coach a moment ago. Now glad to be joined by Valpo's Addison Stoller. And Addie, Coach called it maybe your best game in a Valpo uniform tonight, and you've had success over the course of the season. But what was special about this one? What worked so well for you tonight?
Like Coach said, we've been working super hard in practice on driving and rebounding and playing together as a team. And tonight, the lane was just open for me. My teammates did a great job of dishing the ball to myself when I had the open opportunity, and it was a whole team effort, so I think it was just a great atmosphere to do it in. So,
Missouri State, obviously one of the top teams in the league, making tonight's performance for you maybe even more significant, but what is it about them that makes them tough to go up against?
Yeah, they're a big, aggressive team, super physical, and as you can see, we don't have the biggest girls on our team, but I think in order to combat that, like Coach said, you just have to stand your ground, push them back, but they're a tough team to play against, and they had a great game tonight. So,
across the board, everybody's playing more minutes than they did a season ago. The injuries combined with players that, like you, that didn't play as much in general a year ago as you have this year. What's it been like to deal with the minute load that you've had to play?
It's honestly exciting and refreshing just because all these people that haven't had these minutes have been working so hard to get them, and for them to be able to step on the court, show people what they can do, and just come together as a team and play the basketball game that we've been playing since we were young. I mean, it's just exciting to see for the future.
So it was an exciting time building toward the conference tournament. Going forward, what do you have to do between now and the end of the regular season as a team to be ready for that conference tournament?
Just continue to work hard in practice. Coach always tells us it's a growing year, and I think we've done a great job from the beginning of the season to where we are now. It just kind of blows my mind how hard everyone's worked and the time we've all put in. But I definitely think we just need to continue to go into practice. Anything's possible, and just continue to work hard and push each other.
There you have it. Great stuff from Addison Stoller. Again, Valpo falls tonight, but back in action on Sunday. Southern Illinois will be the opponent. That game tips off at 1 o'clock right here at the Athletics Recreation Center. Until then, for all the latest in Valpo women's basketball, check out valpoathletics.com.